Welcome to this explainer. I'm your host, and as a medical educator representing Westminster Multispecialty Clinic, I am absolutely thrilled to share our team's approach to navigating what is arguably the most chaotic time of the year for families, the end of school year transition. Today, we're breaking down how you can ensure your child is truly, genuinely prepared for the summer break, and we're going to focus on the real clinical realities and the everyday concerns we hear from parents just like you.
Okay, let's just get right into it. Is your child actually ready for summer? It seems like a super simple question, right? But honestly, it's one that almost always gets completely overlooked in the wild rush of May and June. Everyone is just so busy trying to literally cross the finish line that, well, health tends to take a back seat.
At Westminster Multispecialty Clinic, what we see with our patients, and parents in particular, is exactly what you're probably experiencing right now here in Dubai. Just the other day, a parent joked to me that they felt way more like a logistical coordinator than a mom. Let's be real. The kids are lugging around these incredibly heavy bags, and they're running on this wild, chaotic mixture of pure excitement and absolute exhaustion. And you're juggling this massive to-do list, summer camp bookings, travel planning, and quietly crossing your fingers that everyone makes it to the holidays without catching a bug. It is a lot to handle. Section 1. The End-of-Year Health Pause. Why a pre-holiday checkup matters. Now, what's really interesting here is that we aren't talking about glaring medical emergencies. We're talking about subtle shifts. By the time May finally rolls around, your child has navigated rounds of illness, disrupted sleep, and just cumulative fatigue. We constantly hear parents observe these exact things. A child who is unusually tired, complaining of frequent headaches, suddenly struggling to focus, or showing weird changes in their appetite. These are symptoms that might have been quietly lingering for months but never quite felt big enough to prompt a doctor's visit. And this brilliantly illustrates our core philosophy at the clinic. You know your child best. You are always the very first to notice when something has shifted, even if you can't quite put your finger on it or name it. Our job as medical educators and family doctors isn't to dismiss those gut feelings. Our team's approach is to provide the clinical context to them. We never hear your concerns in isolation. Which leads us perfectly to the concept of a clinical baseline. Think of this as your child's starting point. For younger children especially, a massive amount of physical development happens in a single school year. We're talking about tracking height, weight, vision, and posture to see whether what you're describing is just a totally normal part of growing up, or if it warrants a closer look before you jet off on holiday. A pre-summer check isn't about digging for problems. Actually, in most cases, everything is completely fine. It's simply about establishing that solid baseline.
Moving on to Section 2, Travel Safety and Vaccinations, Preparing for Global Travel.
So the crucial point here really comes down to a major shift in environments. You have your routine Dubai life, right? The environments are familiar, routines are stable, and immediate exposure risks are generally low. But for a ton of families here, summer means heading off to Asia, Africa, or parts of Europe, which suddenly introduces entirely different disease risks. It is incredibly easy for immunization schedules to fall behind during a busy school year. Catching up before traveling is a basic yet absolutely vital layer of protection for your family.
Section 3. Managing Ongoing Health Conditions. Navigating Summer Environmental Triggers.
Summer elements directly impact how a child's ongoing condition behaves. Our chronic disease team at Westminster Multispecialty Clinic frequently helps parents navigate these exact real-world factors. First off, the intense Dubai heat and humidity can significantly trigger asthma. Second, long-haul flights? They inevitably scramble regular medication schedules. And third, those shifted holiday routines heavily impact meals, sleep, and blood sugar levels, which is a massive consideration for a child with diabetes. A quick review before the term ends lets us update management plans, make sure you have enough medication for your travels, and tackle those specific environmental triggers head-on.
All right, Section 4, Consolidating the To-Do List, Unhurried Solutions for August Scrambles.
Our team's approach is to consolidate these major administrative headaches into a single, calm visit. Right now, we'll review the immunization history to spot any accidental gaps, give any outstanding travel vaccines, and, this is a big one, issue those required school health and fitness certificates. A lot of schools in Dubai and across the UAE require updated records or fitness clearances for sports enrollment right at the start of the new academic year. Leaving this to the final, frantic weeks of August means you're competing with literally every other family in the city. Doing it now? It removes that stressful task from your plate entirely.
Section 5. Navigating Summer Lifestyle Shifts. Screen time, sleep, and transition.
While this part might feel a bit less clinical, trust me, it is no less relevant to your child's health. The sudden shift from a rigid school structure to total summer freedom causes rapid disruptions. We're talking later bedtimes, completely throwing off sleep patterns, a massive spike in screen time, reduced physical activity, and sometimes even lingering emotional fatigue from the school year. This is exactly where having a family doctor who actually knows your child becomes absolutely invaluable. We provide practical, age-appropriate guidance tailored specifically to your kid, going way deeper than some generic parenting article you might read online.
You know, the holidays are supposed to be a real break for both you and your children. Getting a pre-summer health check isn't about just ticking another box on your endless to-do list. It's a quiet, proactive act of preparation. We want your family to start the summer on the right foot, knowing exactly where things stand before the daily routine disappears entirely.
So if you're ready for a calm, comprehensive health review, our experienced family physicians at Westminster Multispecialty Clinic are right here in Dubai Healthcare City, ready to help. We truly understand the specific rhythms, the joys, and the pressures of family life here in the UAE. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. As you finally close out this busy school year, I'll leave you with one final thought to mull over. When September rolls around, will you look back and see a summer spent frantically catching up on health issues, or one where your child was genuinely resting, recovering, and thriving?